Hey there, if you're enjoying this podcast, please take a moment to leave a review and to follow or subscribe. Don't forget to share with anybody that you think might be interested. Your support is greatly appreciated. Word of mouth is incredibly powerful, and it's the best way for us to reach more people and grow this wonderful community. Thanks again for listening. Hey there, and welcome back to Coaching Insights from the Room Where It Happens. In this episode, my client shared something that we've probably all felt at some point. She was showing up for a conference and feeling really fully charged, energized, and ready, all in. But somewhere along the way, she noticed that her energy began to fade. It raised a powerful question. Can you still be all in, even if you're not fully on? We're going to explore what happens when your energy shifts, how you respond to it, what you make it mean, and why it doesn't have to signal a problem. Let's dive in. You could have also done it differently.
Yeah.
You could have stayed, but done it differently.
Yeah.
So it's interesting what I'm hearing, and this is great. I'm glad you're sharing this with me. What I'm hearing is that number one, you're aware of your frequency, right? You're aware of how you're showing up energetically, which is really cool. What I'm hearing is that you were charged and you went in and you were ready and you were all in, and that you started to peter out a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And energy, as you said, attracts energy to a certain extent when we create our own adrenaline, right? So when we're feeling like, oh yeah, and then you're meeting the people, it starts to feel like, yeah, this feels really, really good. And what I'm hearing you saying is then there was a point where the reality was, A, it was tiring, B, you sort of were circling around a lot, C, it was unsustainable, right?
Yeah.
So it begs the question of, I have so many questions for you. One is, because you started to say, before I said, don't go off on that tangent, because you said, I could have, and then you stopped. And then you said, you immediately went, but it was good to see, your brain came in to say, no, it was good to see your friends. Both are true. And
Yeah.
I think what happened there is you went immediately into the binary. No, but I stayed and it was good because, and these are the reasons why it was good. What you're not considering is how you were, how you were being, and what was available to you when you were there. You may have begun the conference the way you had, full of energy and all of that, but it's not required that you stay there. I mean, it's like what I call shading, right?
Yeah.
When I was learning how to dance, I was really good at being pow, 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 like really strong and dynamic, and people
Yeah.
always complimented me for it, and oh, you're fabulous, and I had a mentor, the only guy ever that stood in front of me and just said, "Too strong." I was like, "Excuse me?" I mean, I didn't say that, but in my head, I was devastated. I mean, I really respected in front of everybody, in front of like all the New York City professionals. Too strong. I was like, but it was such an invaluable lesson because now I'm known in dance, but also in life, because it definitely applies to life, to understand how important shading is, to have that, to use that strength when I want to, but
Yeah.
to be able to juxtapose it against other nuances and shades. I mean, like my painting, right? Like, if it was all red, it might be cool for a minute if you like red, but how long can you look at it, etc. You know, so when you're at an event, and we'll just use this as your example. I heard you saying, but I can tell now just by the look in your eye that you're not seeing it that way anymore. Was that, oh, my energy dropped, like as if that's a problem? Yeah, your energy dropped, but did it drop by default because you were exhausted, because you weren't consciously using your energy, which is kind of the goal, right? Is to sort of say like now I could come here and go, no, I'm going to speak very quietly,
Yeah.
or I could say, no, I want you to understand. And this could be exhausting. Maybe not. These are choices, right? We have choices. And this idea of joy, what are the nuances of joy? I mean,
Yeah.
joy doesn't mean always going out with all a million friends and traveling all over the world on cruises, and joy in small moments, joy in big moments, joy in the mundane,
Yes.
etc. So that was a bit of a rant, but that's what you gave me just from
Yeah.
sharing that with me. If you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to dive deeper into cultivating a life of creative possibilities with my new book, The Places Where There Are Spaces. It's filled with personal stories and insights to help you embrace living in the moment. You can grab your copy by following the link in the show notes or wherever books are sold. Let's keep the conversation going and growing.